Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is just going to be kind of a chatty get ready with me shop my stash kind of video. I'm going to use maybe some older stuff that I've had for a while, and then some of the newer stuff that I've got. We'll kind of mix it up and do a little bit of both. It's morning when I'm filming this, so I have my coffee. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So let's just jump in. For moisturizer, I've been trying to use up my LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream. I've had this for a while. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's pretty good, but you can see I'm getting near finishing it up, and then I'll open something else, but I've been using this as my daytime moisturizer. With the collagen in it, it is going to like plump the skin up a little bit. It's not going to have like long-term collagen benefits. For that, you need to like take a vitamin that has collagen in it. But it is going to, like the topical is going to help kind of plump the skin up a little bit. I just like it because it's hydrating. It's a good moisturizer. It's expensive. This is like an $89 moisturizer, so I doubt very much I'll repurchase it, but I'm happy to have it. I will say that this doesn't react well with certain primers, and sometimes it'll cause them to like pill up. But I found if I let it sit for just a little bit before I put stuff on top of it, that seems to work a little bit better. If I go in too quick before it's had a chance to kind of soak in and absorb, then it really does like make everything pill up. Like I've had it even start to like pill foundation. So that's the only like drawback, is it doesn't play well with everything. Whereas, you know, some thinner moisturizers tend to not have like negative reactions to products. Yeah, if you use something and you try it and it doesn't work, like primers and stuff, try it with different products, because like I said, some things just don't play well together. And it could be, you know, the primer doesn't like the foundation, and you just kind of got to experiment a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the No Problem Prime Essence. I do have this in my Ulta cart because I would like to repurchase this. I do like this. I don't know. It claims it kind of tightens pores. I don't know if it actually does that. I think I talked about that in my last Get Ready that I did, but it does add some extra hydration. So I like it for that. Aside from that, I don't know that it really does much else, but it does make my skin feel more hydrated. I'm in Arizona, if there's any new people out there. So my skin is dry all the time because it's dry here all the time, all year. It's worse in the winter time, but it's just, we don't have a lot of humidity. And even when we do, it's not like long-term humidity. It's because, you know, we're getting our monsoon season and it rains a little bit, but it's still like everything like feels dry all the time. So I need the extra hydration, and I'm going to go in with just my Blue Lotus by Pure Lace. This is an eye serum. Now, most dedicated eye creams, eye serums are just moisturizers in smaller packaging that are marked up. You really got to pay attention to the ingredients to see if there's actually any benefits, because you can get away with just using a regular moisturizer and just concentrating it under your eyes. I'm using this because I have it. I think it came in an Ipsy bag, but I don't know that it necessarily is any better than like the LMS cream that I just put on. So just be mindful, because they will, like I said, put regular moisturizers and package them as an eye cream, and then you're being charged more for less product. So if you are buying eye cream, just make sure you pay attention to the ingredients in it. Like I said, I use them because I tend to get them in subscription boxes. I don't know that I've ever gone out and like independently purchased an eye cream. So I'm trying to figure out what primers to use today. I'm gonna use a little bit of my e.l.f. This is the illuminating one. This is the illuminating one. I've been trying to switch up the primers that I use because I'm somebody that I'll get stuck on one and I'll just grab for that one and keep using that over and over. And I really have too many to do that. So I've been trying to be a little better about changing it up. I mainly concentrate the illuminating ones on my forehead because all that's visible at work is right here, so I haven't been taking the glowy stuff all the way down my face like I normally would, just because nobody's gonna see it. So I'm going in with like a pore primer, and I was using my Becca one, but the e.l.f. illuminating one will double as a pore and illuminating one. And then I do like the Rimmel Stay Matte. I think I like this better than the Huda Beauty mattifying primer still. And I take this. I am somebody that is dry, but I've noticed since wearing the mask, I think because it traps the heat possibly underneath. So I take the mattifying one and I put it on my chin because I was having a problem when I first went back to work when my face was breaking out. So I've been putting it all around in here where I was getting breakouts, and I've noticed that it's been less. So even though I'm not an oily person, I think having the mask and trapping in the heat, so using a mattifying primer around where I was getting the breakouts has made a difference. So if you're somebody that you've been having to wear a mask at work, try going in with the mattifying primer just in that area if you get breakouts and see if that makes a difference. Because I say it's my breakouts, like obviously I have one up here which is just a normal one, but where all down in here where I was getting them initially has lessened. Because I used to just use the mattifying primer just on my nose to keep, because I have a problem keeping foundation on my nose, but since wearing the masks I only take my concealer like down like mid-bridge and I just mattify the rest of it, and that it does make a difference. I have noticed a little bit of a difference. Okay, and I just went in with my Pixie Glow Mist. Again, it adds a little bit of hydration, a little more glow. I'm just gonna let it soak in for just a second. So how is everybody doing? Is everybody gone back to work? Are there still some of you that are at home? I feel like they're thinking about shutting Arizona down again. They made masks mandatory everywhere, but they've stated that like the sheriff's department can't really go out and enforce it. Like they don't have the manpower. Like if a store were to call and say, hey, this person's not wearing a mask, they don't have the people to go to every single business and police everybody, which I mean that I knew when they said that they were making masks mandatory. I knew because the police departments were understaffed anyway. I figured. So everybody in the community here in Yuma has taken that as, well, then I just don't have to wear it, which, because they're like, oh, the police don't care, they're not enforcing it. And that's not what they said. They just said they don't. If they are out and they see people, because you can potentially get fined. If they're out and they see people, then yes, they will stop them, but they don't have time or the manpower to respond to 1,000 mask calls. So they are leaving it up to the business owners to kind of police themselves and have their employees. Well, half of the businesses in Yuma are not enforcing it. They're just kind of like whatever. Like I said, they're treating it like the police department said they don't care, which is not what they said. They just said they don't have the means to, for 500, you know, oh, this person's not wearing it. Yeah, they just don't have the bodies for that, which, like I said, I knew that when they released that masks were going to be mandatory and that you could be fined. So we still have a bunch of people walking around that aren't wearing them. And I think in Arizona, they made it mandatory because our numbers keep going up. And this is like a last ditch effort, or they're before they shut us down again. So I think they're on the verge of shutting Arizona down, but I could be wrong. We'll see. It's just kind of frustrating because people should be wearing masks. It helps. I mean, I come in contact with 100+ people a week just at my job. Thankfully, we sanitize and we all have to wear masks, but I feel like if more people took it seriously, then our numbers wouldn't be as bad as they are. And I do feel like there's less people going out finally, but in Yuma, even during the 6-week shutdown, people were still going around. They were still going to, Walmart and Lowe's. Anywhere that was open that they could go, people were going. And I felt like people in Yuma really weren't taking it seriously. And I feel like some people are now. There's less people going out. You've got less people going out, or you've got the people that flat out don't care and they think it's stupid. There's not a lot of like middle ground here, I think. Which again, I think is stupid because it's just perpetuating the problem. So I don't know. Like, I think Arizona's on the verge of being shut down again, but I could be wrong. I don't blame them for shutting stuff down because, like I said, there's a bunch of people that don't want to wear their masks, don't want to do what they're supposed to. It's annoying. Like, I don't want to wear my mask, but I also don't want to bring stuff home either, so I do it. So I don't want to, but I don't think anybody wants to wear a mask. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's an interesting time right now for sure. So we will see what happens moving forward. The governor, I think, has kind of put it off on the individual mayors, so I don't really know what the mayor of Yuma County is thinking. Like I said, I do think making the masks mandatory is an effort to try and prevent the numbers from going up, and then if the numbers keep going up, I think they may consider shutting at least certain cities in Arizona, maybe not the whole state, but so we'll see. My feeling on that is if they're going to shut us down, they should just shut us down and stop dragging it out. It's the dragging it out that I think is really annoying people. Especially because right now there's still the extra unemployment. So it's like, are you going to wait until the extra unemployment runs out and then shut us down? Because that's going to be annoying. Because at least if you're going to do it now, and then we can at least get, if we have to be at home, we can at least get some extra unemployment. But again, I don't know what they're going to do. And I still get questions from people like on Instagram if we have to wear masks. Every salon, at least in Arizona, you have to wear a mask. We're all doing appointments only. We all have to wear masks, customers included. People still get mad that you can't go to a hair or nail salon, especially in Yuma, and not wear one. That was put out by the health department. If we want to be open, we have to do that. They will go around and shut people down that aren't complying. People still come in and get mad that they have to wear one. Or I see like people will come in and they'll wear one in our store because they want to get their hair cut, but then they'll go to Walmart or Fry, the grocery store, and those are the people that, the same people will refuse to wear it. It's like, if you can follow the rules in our store, can't you? You can clearly follow the rules everywhere. You just don't want to. It's like, obviously your haircut's important because you're doing what you're supposed to, but you should be doing what you're supposed to everywhere, not just in our store. And I've had clients like tell me, yeah, I don't wear it at the grocery store, or I'll like put it on and wear it down here. I'm like, why? You're wearing it where you're supposed to be wearing it while I'm cutting your hair. Stop being a stinker. I don't understand it. I use a lot of setting spray if you're new to the channel. Like I said, my skin is dry. Oh, there's the hair. I felt like there was a dog hair. Oh. All right, I didn't use any new concealer products. I just used the same 3. And then I just went in with my number 7 powder and my Skin Finish from Makeup Revolution in Opal Essence. So those products weren't new. I tried this yesterday. This is the Cabal Brow from Benefit. This is in shade 2. I actually do like this. I'm not a big fan of the pomades. I had a subscriber send this to me so I could try it. I used it yesterday. This one's a little bit on the drier side, but I do have some Silk Infusion. It's made by Chi. You can put it in your hair. You can also use it as a face primer. You can put it in products like this to bring them back. It's very versatile, but I was able to use this. I might, this is something that I could potentially repurchase because this is probably a better pomade. I just have a hard time with Benefits because they're pricey. Like this is like $24, and then if I got the brow pencil, it's another 20 bucks, and then like the iconic London cushion that I like is 40. So I could easily spend $60 or $80 just on brow products, which I feel like, why am I spending that much? I think that's why I haven't bought Benefit stuff before, because it is pricey. And this number 2 actually is a good shade. I think if I purchase it, I might get shade 3. I don't know. I'm kind of, their shade range is a little bit weird as far as the descriptions, and they don't have really good like swatch pictures online, so I may have to go over to Ulta and look, because this is a good shade, but I am gonna grow my roots out and then like balayage the blonde and have like, I don't know, like that much brown on top. So I feel like I should maybe do a 3 instead of a 2 if I decide to purchase this, just because I think that will be a little bit better when my roots are visible. Not that I couldn't get away with this, but I feel like this is a little bit lighter than I would normally do it with, again, my roots. So I did add it. I have some stuff in my Ulta cart. I added this, and then I may get one of their pencils just to try it. The medium iconic London cushion has been sold out on Ulta. I thought about getting the lighter one, but again, I think the medium one will be better when my roots are darker. I think I could get away with a little bit darker of an eyebrow, but we'll see. I don't know if I necessarily need both if I end up buying this, because like I said, the shade number 3 from Benefit is available. I just probably need to go look at the undertone of it, because they're like light brown is labeled as a warm brown, but I don't necessarily want a warm light brown. I want like a neutral. Like this is kind of a taupey color. But then the neutral brown is like a medium brown, where it's like I don't necessarily need medium. I don't need to necessarily go that dark, so I don't know. Their shade description of the Benefit products is a little bit odd. So yeah, I may have to go into Ulta and physically look. And then I could see if they actually have the, because I have seen the Iconic London cushions in the store before, so they may actually have it in the store. I don't know. But then again, like I said, I'm going to end up spending $60 on brow products, so I'm just going to go in with my Brow Gal powder in the middle shade. Brow products are one of those, it is makeup, but it's not a fun makeup item to buy. It's like setting spray and face powder. You get it because you have to. You don't get it because you're like, oh. I mean, I was a little bit excited about the number 7 powder, but again, it's a face powder. It's not anything. And it's a good powder. I don't know if it's maybe as airbrushed looking as I thought, but I also don't have foundation on either. So I'll have to pay attention to it a little bit more if I ever start wearing foundation, which I don't know when that'll be because we're supposed to be wearing masks. We've been told to expect to wear them through the end of the year at least. And then I've heard people say that they're planning on making people wear them until a vaccine, which it takes 2 years. Anybody that says they can have a vaccine next summer is, I think they're lying, or they were already starting to make it, because it takes 2 years to make a vaccine. Which I have heard rumors that this was potentially created in a lab. So, I mean, they could very well already have been working on one, but I just like to kind of set whatever. And I do that with the cushion too. I go in and I set it with a little bit of powder just because I have such little hair on my own. It kind of gives me a thicker look. Yeah, I do like that pomade. I think it's better than some of the other ones that I've tried. But again, is it $25 better? I don't know. I do like Benefit's Brow Gel. I have used this before. This is in shade 5, so this is a little bit dark. Shade 5, I think, is like medium brown or dark brown, which gives it a little bit more color, deepens it up a little bit. I'm pretty sure this is the shade I used before. I've gotten little samples of this from Ipsy over the years, and I do like it. I don't know that it's better than the Brow Gal one, but price-wise, I think the Brow Gal one that I like is the same price as the Benefit Brow Gel. So that doesn't really matter. Again, it's expensive. Let's see. I rearranged my stuff a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Cocoa Contour. I think I've only used this once since I got it. I got this in an Ipsy. Not an Ipsy. My BoxyCharm Premium, and I was super excited to get it. Not everybody was. I was really hoping that this was going to be in there. I think I'm going to go in with the medium shade. I think that's what I used before. I like to go in with a matte contour, and then I blend it out with a like shimmery bronzer. If you're new, if you haven't watched To Get Ready, it's like a pro makeup tip. Kind of helps make it look a little more natural, a little more sun-kissed. Now, you don't have to do it because not everybody likes shimmer. You could easily just go in with this and call it a day, but I do like shimmer and glowy makeup, so that's how I've been doing it, just because I like it. The Benefit, the Hoola, is good for this too. That's another good matte bronzer. I have a liquid Hoola. I did get the contour stick on Poshmark. I have to look and see if it was actually shipped, because that should be coming. Mail's been a little bit slower. Again, I feel like it sped up a little bit and stuff was coming faster, and then I feel like there was like a hiccup or something again, and it's been a little bit slower. Because I'm still waiting for my Kaleidos the Escape collection to come too, so I can review that. I did purchase the whole collection, so there will be a giveaway in that video because I'm not going to keep 2 of the things in the collection. So stay tuned for that whenever that comes. So for shimmer, I haven't used my unicorn one in a while. I have a couple different ones from Too Faced. I have the chocolate gold, which has some shimmer in it. I have the unicorn tears one that they came out with in their Life's a Festival collection. Maybe I'll use this one again. And then I have the pineapple one that's kind of a, not really a glittery, but more of a satiny bronzer. I haven't used the unicorn one in a while. Looks like this. Again, this isn't necessarily glittery. It's a little more on the satiny side. I don't think everybody liked this. Like I said, I don't mind it. I think it's a little warmer than the pineapple one. I feel like has a little bit cooler of an undertone, and I think this one's a little bit warmer than the gold, but it's got a nice like sheen to it. And then you can mix in with the highlighter too if you want it to be a little more on the shimmery side, but I don't think it's a bad bronzer. I don't tend to use it a ton, but it doesn't really have a smell. I don't remember if it smelled when I first got it, because the palette kind of smells like Fruit Loops. I feel like that doesn't really have a smell to it. I need to clean out the bottom of that drawer because I rearranged stuff and there's like, I don't know if you can see, there's like glitter. I think that used to be the highlight drawer. I moved some stuff around, so I need to go in and wipe out the bottom of that and clean everything off because everything has glitter on it. And I forget until I go in to pick something up and then I'm covered in glitter. Okay, so for, I don't know. I was trying to think what palette I'm going to use today. Let's try this. This is a new highlighter. This is the Real Her Confidence in My Glow. It's just a champagne color. And then for blush, let's use, I've got Diffused Heat and Ethereal Glow from Hourglass. Let's use Ethereal Glow. I don't think I've used that yet. Okay. I swatched this, a subscriber sent this to me. That's not bad. He said it's just a champagne-y color, not like crazy. This is definitely more of a subtle highlight. It's swatched pretty, so. Yeah, that's definitely like an everyday, like nice amount of glow, like not, you can see it, but it's not like in your face. Over the top, I guess would be the word. It's not over the top. It's not glittery. I'm going to put just a little bit of Opal from Becca on top of it. Opal's one of my favorite Becca highlighters. And just on the cheekbone part, just to amp that up just a smidge. The rest of it, I'll leave the way it is, but that just amps that up just a tad. And then we'll go in with Ethereal. I don't know how I feel about these Hourglass blushes. These are the ones that were in the BoxyCharm, so I don't know if you're somebody that used Hourglass before. Is this the same formula, or did they put a different formula in the BoxyCharm boxes? Because if this is the way These always are. I don't know why people, like, it's not bad, but I don't know why people like lose their minds over these Hourglass blushes if this is the way, because it's very like subtle. I mean, it's pretty and it's got a nice glow, but it's not like, I don't know that it's anything revolutionary, so I'm just confused on that. And those are the only Hourglass ones that I've tried, so I don't know if that's actually their formula or if it's just they changed it for, you know, put a little less expensive of a product in the BoxyCharm, maybe. I feel like they could have. Normally I don't use that one after I've done my eyebrows, but I forgot. It's just the Cover FX, the glittery one. And then this is in the Urban Decay, but it is actually the Tarte setting spray. I just hate that bottle because it leaks, so I put it in this one so I could use it. Because this one was almost gone. I do have a backup of the Urban Decay one, but I figured I would save it until that's gone. Because yeah, the Tarte one, I don't mind the formula. It's pretty comparable, but the sprayer, it's a really nice fine mist, but it leaks. So I like the sprayer on that one better. So that, I think, is pretty much it. I'm gonna do eyes in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. It was just me getting ready, kind of talking to you guys. So let me know how everybody's doing. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the state of the world. And yeah, hopefully you guys stay safe, and I will see everybody in another video very, very soon. Bye, everyone.